What's going on, everybody? Art of Boxing. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this content. Really helps me out. But Josh Taylor becomes undisputed at 140 pounds. Congratulations to him. Phenomenal performance. And, he did it against a very formidable opponent in Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez is no joke. Very good fighter, made a good account of himself. It was a tremendous fight, tremendous performance by both fighters. But, the better, sharper boxing skills prevailed. Josh Taylor really displayed his boxing IQ in this fight. Just tremendous usage of that left hand. Great uppercut, great left uppercut, great left looping left, great straight left hand. Just really utilizes his left hand beautifully. I mean, it's something to watch, honestly. I mean, he's a very sharp counter puncher. You don't see Josh Taylor lead very much. He loves to counter. He loves to slip in quick counter shots, but really a highly skilled guy. I think he was underappreciated for quite some time. I even think that his performance against Regis Prograis was relatively unappreciated. Obviously there are plenty of people out there that did recognize the level of skill and talent that he possesses, but this fight solidified it. And now he's undisputed at 140 pounds, which, by the way, is a pretty strong weight class. So Josh Taylor proved to be an elite level fighter in this fight. He proved to be a guy who deserves a spot in the top 10 pound for pound after doing this. I mean, his two wins against Prograis and Ramirez alone put him on a high pedestal. I mean, those are great performances against tremendous fighters. Jose Ramirez, there's a pretty good chance that he will become a world champion down the line. I'm sure Prograis also will become a world champion down the line. And now, the word is that Terrence Crawford, Bob Arum are going to be pursuing a fight with Josh Taylor. So this has been talked about on several publications, several boxing channels, but it would be a pretty enticing narrative behind that fight. Both former, if they were to fight at 147, both former undisputed champions at 140 pounds. Would be pretty interesting to see Crawford actually drop back down to 140 and try to reclaim those belts. I don't think he will. There was talks of Crawford even going to 154. I don't really see him go back down to 140, but you never know. Crazier things have happened, but that's a really interesting fight. I'll save that for a different video, but congratulations to Josh Taylor. Heck of a performance against Ramirez. And props to Ramirez as well, because he made a good account of himself and he looked good in the fight. He definitely had his share of moments. He was effective coming forward from time to time, but Taylor's slick. Taylor's pretty slick. He's very smart. He slips in his counter shots brilliantly, and he's quick. He's very quick-handed. He's actually a little quicker than I thought he was. But he really showed elite quickness in this matchup too. So there's a lot of really good-looking matchups for Josh Taylor down the road. I would love to see him fight Teofimo Lopez. I'd love to see him fight Crawford. I'd love to see him fight Tank Davis. Tank Davis is a really good matchup, pending on the way he looks. Pending on the outcome of his performance against Mario Barrios, assuming that he wins that fight, which is not an easy fight at all. That's also a really good matchup, So, sky's the limit for Josh Taylor. It's going to be interesting to see what he decides to do next. He might take a mandatory, he might take a fight off, I'd probably recommend that he does so because, two really tough back-to-back fights. Why not, maintain your undisputed status at least for one fight and then go in there against a killer again? But I mean, at the same time, I'm not going to not encourage fighting the best. I mean, that's amazing. Josh Taylor has proven to also be fearless, and he wants to fight the best. He wants to be great. We need to see more of that in the sport of boxing. So I have a lot of respect for Taylor. I look forward to seeing him in the ring again. It's going to be interesting to see who he decides to fight next. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you want to see Josh Taylor fight next the most? Do you want to see him fight Lopez? Tio's, I don't, after Kambosos, I don't really know what he's going to do. I would imagine he's already exercised the idea of moving to 140. I do think that's probably what he's going to do next. He already beat Lomachenko. At the lower weights, there just isn't all that much for him down there. I don't really see maybe a rematch with Lomachenko. Other than that, though, I don't really see much there for him. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think, and until the next one.